now joining us, we have Cabot Hamilton, and he is here today from the Ashe County Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you again for having me. I look forward to these visits over here.
As do we, and we really appreciate you braving the weather and coming up the mountain to our probably a little bit chillier temperatures than what you're having in Ashe.
Well, it might be chilly, but it's a nice day out there with the sunshine. And the next few days, it's going to get up into the low 50s.
I know. I feel like we don't
the
even know what
Chamber's
to do.
responsible for that.
We thought so. We appreciate that for sure. Now, we haven't seen you since before Christmas, so how did the holidays go in Ashe County?
The holidays went very well. We had a large influx of visitors and tourists. Started with the Choose and Cut program that began the day after Thanksgiving, and it continued all the way through December. We had a gallery crawl. We have 17 galleries now that participate in that, and that was in early December, which drew another crowd of people in, so it's been a busy December. January, it's been a busy weather time.
I know.
As I was saying earlier, it seems like every 3 days we went into the ice storm and snow and terrible cold temperatures. One day we got down to -8.
It's just too cold. Anything in the negatives, I'm just not happy with.
It's strange on the thermostat in my automobile when I see a minus number showing up. That bothers me.
Definitely.
But it has mostly occurred, seems, on the weekend where it's not a terrible inconvenience to the businesses. The businesses have been able to function well. So.
That's always
but
a plus.
we made it through January now.
Yes, absolutely. Now, has January been a busy month as far as events and activities go?
No, it's more of a planning and developing month for the Chamber. All of our committees are deeply engrossed in planning their budgets for the next year, 2014, and where they're going to be spent and how they're going to be spent. So that has been an active process. One of our committees, Business and Community Development Committee, has established or just recently established what we call an Industry Visitation Committee. It's made up of core individuals in the Chamber and county and town government to go together to the industries and sit down with top management and middle management and really have a dialogue. What are their issues? What are their concerns? Where can the Chamber plan its program of activity to help them with their positions that they need help with? We're hearing an awful lot about regulations and such, burying them at this point in time. So. But it'll be good dialogue that the Chamber can use, and hopefully the businesses will have a chance to really see what the Chamber's all about. And that will start up in mid-February.
Okay.
Weather permitting.
Yes, that is the tagline that goes along with everything.
We're fortunate over in Ashe County that our industry employment still amounts to almost 20%. So whereas other counties, that's not the case, a much lower number. I attended a workforce development meeting down in Wilkes County Monday, of this week, and Ashe County is looking pretty solid. Our tourism business was up very definitely. We've had consecutive years now of being up. Visit NC in Raleigh, actually, when we had the government closed down, they sent out an email to all the chambers and the TDAs. I'm sure Boone TDA and the Chamber both got them, asking if the shutdown had hurt our visitation. In Ashe County, we had done a little bit of a count. We keep account of all the people that come to the visitor center and how often, and we actually found business to be up.
Wonderful.
And we put together the fact that they had to leave the Parkway to find a place to eat, to find a place to stay, and to shop.
Right.
And we offered it. And if you haven't been over to Ashe County and West Jefferson lately, the town of West Jefferson, the aldermen have made some astounding changes in that town. Took down ugly, not pleasant looking light stoplights and the poles that went with them. Have put up four-way stop signs at 2 of our intersections, getting ready to do a 3rd intersection. It's made the whole town pedestrian safe, pedestrian friendly. And when the people walk in the door, they just can't hesitate to tell us just how great the town looks. It's also helped fill up any empty spaces we had in town because we're now pretty full. We're proud of it.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a great place to come and hang out. Now, any major events coming up in February? We've got Valentine's Day and some different things going on.
Well, they have the Ice Bowl.
Okay.
The Parks and Recs has an international approved, the disc golf.
Right.
And they will be having that bowl, which will then be followed by the unusual group of people that jump in the water out there at the lake.
Yes, those brave souls.
Yes.
So that's about it for February. But the chamber, and this is the Member Services Committee, is right now in the process of taking nominations for the Small Business of the Year Award Luncheon. That luncheon will be in March 18th. It's a Tuesday. It'll be at Hensley Hall, and we usually have 80 to 90 plus people attend that. And we announce the winner at that time. The deadline for sending in your nominations is pretty close. It's tomorrow.
Okay.
But if somebody had a nomination, it's not a lengthy process. Just give us a good one-page sheet as to why you think this business deserves winning Small Business of the Year. Last year it was Keith Little in the Antiques on Main. The year before that it was the Scott Brothers Heating and Air. The only two requirements are that they are a chamber member and that they've been in business for at least 3 years.
Okay.
And we would very much appreciate any nominations that anybody had. If you have a question about it, they could call over there. It's 336-846-9550. And either me or Kathleen could tell them where to fax, where to send, or where to email. If they want to email there, they can send it directly to me, director@ashechamber.com.
Perfect. Now, what are kind of the criteria that you guys are looking for when you go through and read these different pages and choose a winner?
And it is the nomination that often sells to the committee that votes on it. They're looking for community engagement, community give back, as well as reputation in giving good service, giving a good service or product to the customer. Those are the predominant ones that we look at as a committee. And they will be making that decision in mid-February. Also, at the luncheon on the 18th, we will be introducing our 2014 Ashe Chamber Visitor and Business Guide. It's being put together right now. It'll go to press in another couple of weeks, and then it'll be printed and ready for distribution come March 18th. That'll be the unfolding.
Fantastic.
Or unveiling.
That's right. Now, how much work goes into putting that guide together, and how many people are working on that project?
We contract with a young lady in Ashe County. Her name is Kim Hadley. She is a fantastic graphics artist. She actually sells the magazine ads. She actually puts together the entire magazine and ships it out to the determined printer, and that's put up in bids. We have a number of printers in the area. They make their bids. The committee decides which bid wins, and Kim Hadley sends it to them. It's become a really good visitor guide, and it's being used by the Ashe County people, not just visitors from off the mountain, but they will use it to find somebody that does some work that they're needing done, or to pick a bed and breakfast for their family that's coming up to visit. It's actually used a great deal by Ashe County citizens, which it should be. But it's about 80 pages every year, well documented with all of our members, which are 375, 80 people, 80 members. Anything you want to know about Ashe County, you can find in that and it's live on our website. It'll go live on our website the day it's unveiled at the luncheon. Right now, the 2013 version is on. You can go on, open it up page by page, and zoom in if you want to look at a particular ad or description of a business. So that's about it for what's going on right now. Maybe when I come back in February, I can talk about March and April and some of that.
Absolutely. Now, do you guys go ahead and start planning for events way later on in the year?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
Now, I do have good news, by the way. I just thought of, sorry about that, I almost let that slip through. We thought we were going to lose our annual Fiddlers Convention because the Rotary Clubs of Jefferson, or the Jefferson's Rotary Club, that's West Jefferson and Jefferson, the membership had gotten overwhelmed with trying to put that program together each year. And it is a big deal. It's at the Ashe County Park. Parks and Recs is very much involved in it. And they announced at this past event in early August that this was the last. They would not be able to support it going forward. And there's been real concern because it's a good tourism draw to come to the Fiddlers Convention, as are any of the conventions. The one over in Allegheny or whatever are great. Well, the Arts Council, and y'all know Jane Lennon, I'm sure.
Yes.
They have decided, their board has decided they're going to take on the Fiddlers Convention and actually run it. And so we're going forward with that. They just had a big meeting at the Arts Council in Ashe County inviting key people and people that actually join in to the and the contest and such at the Fiddlers Convention, and to get dialogue, to know what they're getting into. And I did attend that. It was a little over 2 hours, and it was well worth it because the board of the Arts Council got a wealth of information that's going to help them take care of it next fall. So our Fiddlers Convention in Ashe County continues, and a lot of people from Watauga County and Avery County and others will attend that as musicians.
Well, that's fantastic. How exciting. Now, looking ahead to 2014, any goals that the Chamber has or that you have for Ashe County as a whole?
Some of that's still in the planning process. The Tourism Committee particularly had a great year last year. They managed to talk the board into paying for a significant marketing survey where they found out who's coming to the mountain, why they're coming, and what they do when they get here. They also registered a service mark. It's like a trademark in Raleigh. We registered it in Raleigh. It's Ashe County, the coolest corner of North Carolina, and I know y'all heard that from me the last time I was here, but we're quite proud of it. So there will be follow-up and addendums and such to that sort of planning in 2014, but right now it's still in planning stage.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk with us, and we will look forward to seeing you in February.
Well, again, thank you for letting me be here. I had hoped to have a guest with me, but she had a conflict in her schedule. I might try to see, it's the new CEO of our hospital. I might try to see if she can join me in February.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Well, we will look forward to seeing you then, and thank you once again, and we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.